And now, all of you, you have a good night's sleep. You wake up. There's a few things reported in the conclave, such as Vine's behaviour, Eldracus eating Khazada's face in public. How shocking! So we'll start with the epilogue with Azalea. You return to your castle in the trees.
Mhm.
Locke picks up his belongings, embraces you and your parents, and makes preparations to travel to the court of the sea.
Mhm.
Um, so he can continue his to court and enjoy his engagement with the lovely Farida. He takes with him his courtiers, the a couple of members of your court, which you know one of them is Willow's, and the other one is Lord Silverbirch, who Cherry was spending some time with. Um, Before Silverbirch leaves, he promises to send spoken messages through magical means to Cherry until she learns how to read, and then he'll write letters to her while she's being schooled in the High Fae Kingdom. Um, Part of the new treaty with the courts is that the younger children, like all of the children, will have the same education at this school in the High Fae. So the people from the prison are going to be in a Tharion only class, and apart from Thorina's little kids, they're going to be in a separate class with children their own age. You spend your time helping Cherry Blossom pick out clothes with it, and Orchid helps you for attending school as she has a week to pack before she has to set off. You read books to her every day until she does, and you both decide that you are going to share a room just because it helps her with her anxieties. Um, as Locke leaves and Cherry Blossom leaves, they hug you, and it all feels very quiet without Locke and without Willow's and without your sister. You spend some time in your library and the bigger one so that you spend some time with Aster as well. You spend some time with him a couple of times a week to get to know him more and your mother. After all, Aster is your half brother. Your sister returns briefly as she'll be attending the coronation and wedding with you. You both
Mhm.
get fitted for your dresses, and at the coronation, you see Willow's by Locke's side. Your heart skips a beat, and Cherry Blossom notices and squeezes your hand. During the after party, Locke advises you that there are rooms at the Court of the Sea should you want to visit, if you want to. You can tell he's slightly meddling.
Mhm.
He's made sure that if you wanted to visit, you can do. He's done the same for Cherry. He's trying to make it sound generalized, not pressuring you, but he's like, if you want to visit, what do you say? And this is during the reception of the wedding and coronation.
I hug him and say that'd be great because I can't wait to spend time with my new sister and other people.
There's a lot of people there, just so you know. There's a
You know,
lot. No, no,
he's
no.
my brother. It's his wedding day. Of course, we're hugging.
Oh, I mean, if you come to visit with me at the Court of the Sea, there is a lot of people.
That is okay.
Okay, well,
They'll have an underwater library possibly.
yeah, you can't travel underneath there unless you've got spells or.
No, but they'll have like a special library full of information about underwater things.
They
Not just
do.
underwater.
They do. They've got
You
one.
understand?
They have one above ground and below ground. There's
Perfect.
okay.
So I'm sure if there's anything I need from below ground, and your sister can get me it.
And he will take you over to Farida, but we'll wait until we get to Farida for that. Eldracus will move to you, and you return back to the Ensealy court. The place is all hustle and bustle preparing for the upcoming wedding and coronation for Mira and Ryro.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother and sister are home a week before attending school. Your parents are preparing to travel with you to the Elven Court while the hustle and bustle goes on. Um, you spend some time. Kazada is assigned to show you around. It's as if it was pre-planned, or some friend of yours may have had a hand in Kazada being one of the people to show you around. Course, you have sunglasses and a parasol to do so.
Mm-hmm.
She tells you how the court system works. How there's the three smaller courts that make the bigger courts, and how everything works, the hierarchy, etc. You stay at the Saloche Manor with your parents and get there's high elves and wood elves that visit and introduce themselves to you so that you can be a true ambassador. You teach them about things in preparation for the wedding coronation, how to act in certain ways. You know that their eyes will have to adapt because it'll be darker there than the brightness that they're used to,
Mm-hmm.
except in the where the dark elves are. Um, you arrive back to the Insayuli court with the high elves, wood elves, your family, the dark elves, and the royals, and for the wedding and coronation. Kazada tears up during the wedding, and there's a huge applause after the coronation. You feel that your position has begun the healing between the Unseelie and the other courts. Is there anything that you would want to do during the reception of the wedding coronation?
Not specifically, but I would want to watch out. I want to keep an eye on the people that are there. I want to be on the lookout to see who is less than happy about being there and about the wedding itself, and then just keep track of those people from henceforth on.
Give me a perception check. You do see something odd. There's some people. You swear for a minute that you saw some people in dark robes, but there's no one in dark robes here. However, um, you do overhear a conversation with Duke Elnor and Mira, and that he asks for her permission to return to the Unseelie and leave his sister in charge of the elves, the dark elves, in the Elven court. His reasons are he wouldn't want his children to choose between two courts, and he does not feel fit to rule. She graciously, well, at first she looks to Ryro. They both share a smile, and she graciously accepts.
Okay.
Anything
So
else?
No, that's pretty much it, really. Just making sure Kazada is things are progressing, and I will eventually. I don't know how much time that you are going to have pass at the end of this and the beginning of your next. But if it's a long time, then I would eventually ask Kazada for marriage.
Would you have done it within the next year?
Close to the end of that,
Close to
as
the
long
end
as
of...
everything went well. Yes.
How does the proposal happen? Just so you know, there is someone else who's planning to do something similar, but how does yours happen?
So as long as everything goes well, then yes, I would ask. But that's it. That's all
How
for all
how
for me.
how does it happen? Do you just one day while walking, or
Um, it would. Oh, let's see. It would be when we were either hosting an occasion or perhaps attending one, but probably hosting a one. And I wouldn't let on that anything was amiss or anything like that, but I would have prepared. Well, I would have certainly gotten the ring off my parents, and it would be after a successful evening in the wind down bit afterwards when it was all quiet and we were out. Let's see, where would this have been? If it was in the Fae, if it was in the Elven Court, I would do it under, starlight, moonlight, very late in the evening, so that was just ourselves. By then, we would have had a favorite spot, a favorite quiet place, and I would probably do it there. If it was in the Unseelie, if it was in the Underdark, then I would have picked out a place, and
I
it
would
would be,
say it's probably going to be Elvin, because
yeah, I thought.
yeah.
So yeah, I would do it. I would do it then, quiet, kind of unexpected, or I would try to make it unexpected.
She tears up and says, "Yes, yes, of course I'll marry you."
And I will present her with the ring, and I will raise her after I give her the ring on my knee. I will then raise to my feet and hold up my hand and say, "May I have this dance?" And we will dance for a while
Oh,
before we head back.
lovely. And we pan out from his fairy tale ending to Farida. You return
Hello.
home with your sisters, parents, and baby brothers. You ask your handmaidens to prepare the rooms for Locke and the people who are coming with Locke, Paradita, the people who are coming with Paradita, Poa, and the people who are coming with people who are coming with those. Errol asks for Duke Moss and the people who are coming with Duke Moss. Your mum looks at you and says how proud she is of you and says that to each of you. The three of you help Anya get clothes and other things ready for when she leaves to attend school. She rolls her eyes at the fact that she's having to go back to school. She just thinks it's ridiculous, but she understands why. You all hug Anya as she leaves, and then when your guests come, you greet your guests. You and Locke spend time getting to know each other and growing deeper in love. His companions learn about your culture from Arena, as does the other companions as well. So with Duke Moss, it's Laurel Oak and Lord Sycamore. Lady Oak is happy to actually get away from the Elven court because she actually really needed this. From Poa, it's the Torrent siblings who we know that a certain princess doesn't get along with. And Paradita comes with her sister, Princess, and I do apologise because Jim will laugh when I say this princess's name. Princess Tidal. Blue tit, people, blue tit, okay? And Lord Blue. You, RL, and Arena host perfectly, and you all travel to the coronation, during which you were reunited with Jimmy and his family. You share laughs, and you get to see a bard you've never heard before. Her name is Rini Zola, and her voice is hauntingly beautiful. Think Amy Lee from Evanescence. And it's like, huh, I've never heard anything quite like it. And during the performance, you slow dance with Locke. Locke leaves you for a moment, and you can see that he's needing to have the talk with Azalea that you knew was coming. And Locke brings Azzy over and says, Azzy said that she's been more happy, that she would love to visit and spend time with her future sister.
Hey, yeah, I see you again. Squish.
Yay.
I know it means an extra person we're hosting, and we'll, is that okay? 'Cause
Yes. Yes, the more the merrier.
she's very intrigued by what your library could have as well.
There'll be texts all from underneath the water and people and things and stuff that I don't know about. It's great.
Yes, there's another world under the sea.
Locke says, I'll make the arrangements for Azzy to travel with us. It'll be good. It'll be good for you.
Serious question. Do you brush your hair with a fork?
Azzy!
I just think like it's not got enough prongs to really do a good job, and her hair's so beautiful. So I'm just thinking like
They have
how many
actual
things
brushes
spot-
as they have actual brushes.
I thought they were called dingle hoppers.
Yeah, that's what I said, the dingle hoppers, aren't they?
Dingle hoppers,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they're called. I was trying to think of what it's called. It had a funny name.
Okay, good to know. I'll leave my fork at home.
Cherry, of course, is welcome to visit, as is other siblings and parents. Yeah. Cherry comes rushing over and says, "You said I can visit too? I've got a week of leave left still. If I can, I come visit too, please. I haven't had a chance to get to know you, and I'd love to, Farida."
Why not?
I'm looking forward to when we get to because Tharion's going to be taking us to tour and all the carts, and I'm so excited to get to tour yours for with the rest of the class, and it's eye opening. But thank you. And she looks down and says, "Since you're going to be like my sister, can I give you a hug?"
Of course you can.
And she gives you a big hug. And Locke just beams. And we zoom out from your wonderful, happy ending as we move to Tharion.
Yes.
You gather your things, ready to depart. Elandra's belongings have been moved into the guest room next to yours, because you have a bigger manor now.
Mm.
There's a lot of things that she burned due to her past. And you know Stem will be joining the school to learn everything that he's missed with him being dead for so long and not being quite himself from what you
Yes.
remember what he used to be like. You prepare to leave and she kisses you on the cheek, advising she will join you for a while. However, she will be touring with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And during the school holidays, Jimmy will be touring with his family and invites you during the school holidays to tour with them. What do you say?
I am not musically inclined.
Not to sing, darling. Not. Don't worry. It's not to sing or play an instrument. It's just to come with me. Travel.
Well, how could I say no to that?
She beams. You begin your teaching role, and she helps you teach music as well as helping people with dancing. You, out of kindness, you've let Farina and Bolt stay where you're staying in the High Fae Kingdom, so that Farina can be close to her babies and not be a helicopter parent.
Yes.
There's been times where she was almost on the brink of going, and you've been like, "Don't do this to yourself. They are safe. They're in the school."
Mm-hmm.
You already had your pre-interviews with each student to see what skills they have, and you arrange once a month to travel to different kingdoms, teach them classes about each court to help some of them make an informed decision where they want to stay.
Yes.
During the brief school break, there's the extra holiday for the wedding of your friend Mira to Ryro and the coronation.
I think at the wedding I would have liked to have proffered a small gift and token of friendship, which she can choose to use or not use as she would, and it would be just a little corsage for her to wear, which would have attached to the brooch both a dove and a crow's feather.
Do you see her before the wedding and give her this?
I think she'd probably be too busy,
Okay.
but I would arrange for it to be delivered, and it's always from a friend.
He sees you at the reception, says, "I know it's from you."
Of course.
However, during the ceremony, Elendra tears up and rests her head on your shoulder. During the reception, you meet with King and Queen Dalby and give your report. You were lightly teased by Jasminium and Chestnut before returning to your duties at the school.
I make sure to give her extra homework for the teasing.
And you agree to give her extra classes anyway, so she just accepts it because you are trying to teach to be, a bit more like someone.
Less of a bitch. Just say.
Life seems good to Tharion, and a few weeks into the school break, you see your friend Jimmy. Farida is offered to join Jimmy as a special guest. Farida, do you accept?
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
I knew you
Go
would.
do that, Jimmy.
And at one point, during the school holidays, and you know of a little place, and there's a little something you planned.
Yes.
and you arrange for a couple of your Jasminium and Chestnut to assist you with this. Would you like to go ahead and explain what happens?
So I think while touring, given it's all the notable locales where and when they go to visit, and knowing that Alandra is a preternatural talent when it comes to performing, he knows it's going to be the perfect night, because how could it not be? And at the same time, the same venue where he first saw her sing and perform decades ago, and he first fell in love with her at first sight, the man who ordinarily feels so very little, he arranges a private dinner for the two of them after the show is done, and he does get to one knee and pulls out the same ring that he had custom made so many years ago and asks for Alandra to join him in matrimony.
She tears up and, of course I'll marry you, Tharion. I've waited so long for this.
And I think at that point, probably all hell breaks loose with all of the friends who've probably been eavesdropping the whole damn time.
You hear a voice, and you know it's Jasmine. She says, "Can we come out now?"
I never gave you permission to hide there. Yes.
You knew I was here. She rushes over and hugs you both, and as does Chestnut, and some of the others you had help, including Jimmy, and Farida would have been there as well.
And yeah, I think considering that this has been a match literally decades in the making, it's not going to be a very long engagement. I think at least what the sort of goal is for Tharion is to effectively hand over the reins of his duties to the next generation, having used the school to help foment and cement the bonds between each court, to reinforce that, just as we demonstrated in the wars and in the prison, that we are always stronger united than we ever are apart. Make sure that they're all, on relatively good friendships with each other, and especially teaching Jasminium, who has a mind for this sort of thing, but not the necessary demeanour, the best ways to approach said situations, and gifting her with animals of her own, which would be a chameleon to start her off with.
A princess with a chameleon. I wonder what
Yes.
you're referencing.
Yes, and it's an ideal animal for spying as well, because it can change its colour. But I think when all's said and done, and everything is happy and everything's satisfied, he's quite happy to retire from public life and
Before he
simply,
thinks
yeah, when duty calls, he will always answer.
Now,
But I think he's earned his respite.
Now, Azzy, Farida, and Tharion. Thinking back to the wedding reception, I want you all to roll a perception check as well.
Of course.
Okay, do that. Perception. Yeah. I perceive nothing.
Tharion, you have the same brief memory that you remember seeing someone in black cloak, but then they were gone the next second. Now, you don't know what you saw. You're sure. Part of you thinks you saw it, but you're not sure. However, you are filled with happiness because she said yes. Now, how long would it be until you'd marry? Would it be before the next spring spectacular, or would it be after?
As long as it's not a social faux pas, then I believe so.
It would be a social faux pas to get married within the year. Normally indicates you probably impregnated her.
Well, who can say?
Like, what did I miss?
Tharion, you dog.
It's not a case of being a dog. I think it's a case of it's been such a long time for the two of them, and they've lost so much time due to the events.
However,
If that makes sense.
I do feel with Tharion and Elandra, they are given a little bit of, because they've known each other so long, it's a little bit less of a shock, but it's still a shock.
That and the. I don't think anyone would really truly be shocked.
I think you think
The events that preceded, the fact that it's very much in the public record.
also Tharion's like reputation is like really high, so I assume all of us will be just like looked the way on that.
That is true. Your reputation and hers is pristine. So it comes to
He has never courted anyone else.
that is true. There's a fake courtship, but we don't talk about that.
Yes.
So we're gonna end it on you are all cordially invited to the wedding of Duke Tharion Windgrace to Countess Elandra.
Yay!
I assume that you are a man of your word,
Of course.
and so is she. And he has her bridesmaids, which Jasminium and Lady Oak and Duchess Anua and is it Countess Linaria?
Yes.
Yeah. They are all there. Like, her friends are all her bridesmaids. You have your groomsman. Who is his groomsman? Because she's having 4 bridesmaids.
4. Then I
Yeah.
think it is.
Jimmy.
Yes, I think it.
Is
he's
Jimmy the
wormed.
best man?
He's wormed his way in there, hasn't he?
Is he best man?
I think so.
Farida, give a little yay for it.
Yeah, I think it's Jimmy. I think it's Uran, because he has to go opposite the Duchess. You know how it is. I think, especially if people from all of the courts are coming, and to maintain the message that Tharion's always tried to, send that we're stronger together than we are apart. I think the remaining groomsmen is TP Crunch and King Kogo.
Nice.
Even though, like, there'd be some elves who'd be like, and maybe it's a mild controversy in itself, like, oh, he's not picked people from his own court and everything, but he's always been about the unification of it all, and he's always had a good relationship with TP Crunch, and he's gained a good relationship with King Kogo. So I think it, and even though they're the more bestial, perhaps, races, I think it definitely helps to underline the message that he's been given, and it also sets a good example for his students.
Now,
All of whom are invited, of course.
who do you ask to officiate? Do you ask King Dalby or do you ask Queen Mira? Or do you ask a priest?
I think I would ask Mira, but I would first run it through King Dalby to make sure it wouldn't cause offence and scandal. Because again, I'm trying to demonstrate, unity between the courts with this. It might not be the spring spectacular, but the message should still stand.
He's happy for you to do so. So Queen Mira happily officiates. You all see something extremely rare. You see this all coming together. And Queen Mira happily officiates.
I think in Tharion's mind as well, he's going to try and keep an eye out for that figure in black again. but I also think his attention wouldn't be there at the moment he lays eyes on Alandra on the day.
In the reception, how distracted would you be?
At the reception, I think you have to sort of schmooze at that point, don't you? So I think his wits would be a bit more about him at that stage than during the ceremony.
Everyone, give me a perception check. Tharion, yours is with a disadvantage.
Sure. Oh, that's all right. Even with disadvantage, I'm just too good at this.
Farida, you swear you might have seen something, but you don't know what it was. And you're just like,
Maybe it'll come back to me.
yeah. Tharion, indeed there was a figure in black, but it disappeared again.
The moment I spot it, more than anything, I would subtle spell, detect thoughts, and I want to know what's going on. Even if I only get a half instant, I just need to know.
All you hear is chanting, and then it's gone.
Is it in a language that I understand?
No.
Okay. Can I determine if it is directed at anyone or anything?
Insight, please. In the tower.
In the tower. Oh wow! You've never asked for anything in the tower. Okay, here we go. I've got an inspiration and I've got 3 lucky points to burn if it ain't good.
What's the difference between the tower and just the box thing?
The tower is hidden. I don't know what the result is, neither do you.
You don't know, but sure it does.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
I'm setting up next time because Vicky wants me to do a part 2 at some point. I have been ordered by Vicky that I need to write a part 2 for next year. Isn't that right, Vicky?
Yeah. Well,
See?
we can't just end it. Let's just carry on. There's never going to know what's going to happen.
Every story ends eventually, though.
Yeah, well, I feel like there's more things to do yet.
If you think you can get a higher roll, you may try.
So
It would be in the tower again.
sure, but I don't know what I've rolled.
Your roll is okay.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. I'll use inspiration first because it's going after this.
Only slightly higher.
I'll use a lucky. I've got him. That's 1 lucky.
Worse.
2 lucky.
Worse.
And 3 lucky.
You're not lucky. That's even worse. Right, I'm just going to go with your highest one, okay?
You don't have to. You have to go with what the last one was, but it's up to you.
I'm being kind. I'm going to go with... Yeah, like, your last one was your lowest.
Oh, right, okay.
You've, gone from... Your second one that you rolled was your highest, and then you just went...
Decreasingly downwards. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna be kind and go with your highest one. It's as if they were trying to bring back something. Maybe.
Is there no bardic inspiration for getting married? I'm joking.
Farida,
So someone trying to bring something back.
Farida, do you want to be kind and give him a bardic, or do you want to... Nah. Actually, you wouldn't know to give him a bardic, it's fine.
Exactly.
You think they're trying to do something, but it may take them time. Maybe bring something back, you're not sure. You would have to do research. Exactly. But you didn't even get to see the face of this cloaked person.
And it was just a purely nondescript black cloak.
Mm-hmm. Nondescript.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to soil the day with work talk, so I would enjoy the day and write. Actually, no, I've got sending at this point. I believe I would send to Mira, letting her know that it's occurred 2 times, both of which have been in her presence.
Is it just in your present, or is it multiple court presents?
Or is it her?
Who knows?
Yeah.
You do.
You do, but
Do I?
Tharion's trying to look out for a friend, and we don't want to cause alarm by saying anything publicly, but it's something that privately can be looked into.
But we leave this campaign on a happy occasion. Tharion got married.
Everyone's getting married.
As he
Well, I haven't
isn't.
getting married yet.
As he isn't.
Not yet. I've been
As he's playing the long game, and she's writing a novella, not writing a novella, she's writing a saga. It's good.
Is that what Azzy's going to become a writer?
Just of her own life. We're gonna elaborate.
What not to do?
I might make a magazine that rivals the Conclave.
It is quickly put out of business.
The Conclave is, yeah, I know, because my magazine's better.
No! Yours is because you don't know how many courts are involved in the conclave. If you try and rival them, they will take you down.
Fine. I start a video blog.
That gets quashed. Anything you try and do to rival the conclave will get
I
quashed.
now learn law, and I go against you all in Parliament. For smothering free speech.
As he learns law, please. But yes, we end on happiness and something fishy going on.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It couldn't be Vitorin seeking him out, could it?
How can he? He's in solitary confinement.
But he's not dead.
No?
Could have escaped.
Could he?
Of course you could.
Do you really think he could?
Or it could be someone else pretending to be him.
It could be anyone. It could even be Azzy!
It could be me.
That was what the whispers were for.
I could be a double agent.
You wouldn't do that to Cassidy.
Oh, she's the perfect cover for us. Ba-ba-bum.
Right, and that is how we will end this.